Hello, FlossTube. This is Deb, or Deborah, Science Knitster. This is a channel about crafting, all kinds of crafting, but mainly these days cross stitch. I just wanted to welcome all the new subscribers. I had several more since my last recording, so that's pretty exciting. As I've been doing the last few weeks, I am starting with telling you what I'm drinking. This is a mug that I got a couple years ago. I can't remember if I got it from the Stash Tea website or Smith Tea website. One of those two. Those are the ones that I ordered from the most, but obviously this is a Van Gogh painting. I remember when I bought this one, I was hoping to get his Sunflowers or Starry Night, and wasn't able to get either one, but this one was available and I think it was on sale. It comes with this particular one comes with a lid and also a little basket like thing that you can put loose tea in. Tonight, because this is actually Saturday evening, normally I I'm showing my age. Normally I record sometime on Sunday, but I am feeling the end of spring break. I'd actually planned to catch up on a lot of work, but I was able to, I'm like totally digressing, sorry. This happens a lot, just bear with me. I was able to get my coronavirus vaccine last Friday. So a week ago, this past Friday, yesterday. Totally not expecting. I was at our house in Corpus Christi and I was looking like everywhere, both in Corpus Christi where my husband's business is, and so that's where he lives, and also in the Rio Grande Valley where I live most of the time because that's where my job is. I teach at a local community college. Anyway, so I got to the public health Corpus Christi, Nueces County public health site, and they were registering people, and I thought I was registering to be told when they would have more vaccine, but no, I was registering to get the vaccine. So I think it was like a Thursday night, I get a text, you have an appointment at noon on Friday to get your first vaccine. I'm like, oh. So anyway, I did do some work this week, but I've been pretty tired, and also been kind of like headachy and intestinal issues. So I don't know if that's from the vaccine or just because, let's just say the last several days I was in Corpus Christi, I did not eat my normal healthy food. I overindulged in cookies and things like ice cream, which I don't usually eat very much. So I don't know if my body's like rebelling or this is just side effects from the vaccine. Anyway, so I digress. So I haven't told you what I'm drinking yet. So it's Saturday evening, the 20th of March. So I am drinking an herbal tea, and since my tummy hasn't been feeling that great, I decided to, I found this ginger and turmeric tea that I had. I obviously have tried it before because it was open. I don't remember why I didn't drink it again afterwards. I don't know. But I just followed the instructions. So this is a Celestial organic. I'm sure I got it because of the turmeric, because it was one of those things. Turmeric was good for you, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, and it said, sweeten if desired. So I put a little bit of Truvia in there and it's pretty good. Hopefully my tummy will like it too. So, pretty cup, nice herbal tea. Hopefully it will be relaxing and I won't get too crazy. Okay, so what do I want to start with? I really should write this stuff down. I think I will start with a finish. So last time I showed an almost finish, but this time it's an actual finish. This is the Valentine Bird by Heart and Hand, right here. I have actually stitched this on 36 count Sparrow by Luminous Fiber Arts, and I used one strand of the called for overdyes. So I used the threads that were called for in the chart, but I just used one thread over 2 linen threads rather than the called for 2, because it 32 count summer khaki was the called for linen. So okay, I'm going to digress again. If you watched last time, I mentioned in my plans, which you'll see, they like went totally out the window except for one thing, that I was thinking about stitching the St. Patrick's Day bird, because she's got like a whole series of seasons, and I'm a sucker for seasons. So that didn't happen. So I decided it's after St. Patrick's Day. Time to move on to Easter, even though it is still Lent. But so I am instead also on the 36 count Sparrow. I'm going to stitch the Easter bird. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure. You never know. I'm kind of in a stitch what you want, when you want kind of mode right now. Well, not when you want, because work. But other than that, I'm kind of in a stitch what you want, when you want mood these days. Okay, so I've been writing down what I've been working on. And so my last FlossTube was on the 7th of March. And on the 7th of March, I believe after my FlossTube and not before, I started on the Chester's Place Sal. So this is Chester's Place by Jennifer Grace, the Whistle Stop Stitcher. So this is Whistle Stop Stitcher Designs. You can get this PDF from her website. Last time I did 2 giveaways, and this was one of the giveaways, but the person who won it has not responded yet. So that's Sally. Sally Fowler. So Sally, if you're watching this, please get in touch. I will put another little how to get in touch with me reply to your message in 2 FlossTubes ago when where I pulled the giveaway from. But anyway, so I started this, and I am stitching it on Vintage Sampler. I didn't get a big start, but I did get a little bit of a start. And I'm using the called for threads. Let's get myself oriented here. So there, oops. So you can see the threads. The border is pretty easy once you get going. And I would like to get back to this, but you'll see what's taking up all my time in a moment. This is a 36 count, so I'm using 1 strand of floss over 2 linen threads. Okay, so basically I just worked on it, this one on the 7th. Not basically, I don't know why I'm saying that, because I just worked on this one on March 7th. So if I already showed that, forgive me. And let me get these out of the way. Another thing that I've been working on is the Hiragana Sampler by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I am doing this for Stitch Asia. And I'm making some personalizations. I explained my plans in the last FlossTube, and I'm keeping with those plans for this sampler. I'm combining it with the katakana sampler. So the hiragana and the katakana are basically the Japanese alphabets. And so I'm going to, haven't showed yet. So I'm doing it on 32 count linen. It's cream. Just very basic. The thread isn't over dye. Oh, it's not. It's a little bit hard to see, but it's Needle Necessities that I pulled from my stash. 113. And so the recipes, the Needle Necessities recipes were bought by Threadworks, which is still in existence. And based on their information from their website, this is the equivalent of their Cloudy Day, just in case you're interested. So I have several skeins of this one, so I figured this would be a good color. And I wanted an over dye, or at least a slight over dye, just for a little variation and variety. So I started this, let me see. When did I start? I started this on March 1st, so I had shown a little bit of a start in my last FlossTube, but and I've mainly been working on another piece, except I did, actually I should say, my Valentine bird. I finished that today. I just had some back stitching to do. That was the only thing left, and I had forgotten to do it. I thought I was all done. No. So I had mainly been working on another piece that I'm going to show you in a moment, but especially this past week with the shooting in Atlanta, highlighting whether or not it was racially motivated. I mean, 6 of the 8 women that were shot were Asian American. But it at least, no, it doesn't really matter what was in the shooter's mind. It's highlighting inequalities that have been in existence for hundreds of years in this country, and yet again, and I just felt, I heard about it on Wednesday, and I just felt like I have to do something to keep this in the forefront of my mind and to remember the people. And so I decided to work on the Hiragana sampler on Wednesday, and I really don't know what else to say, but we really need to get rid of hate in this country. Anyway, I saw Nicole's needlework. She had a new one out today, and at the very end, she talked about how she stands with the Asian American community, and I do too. But what I found most powerful about what she said was, it was a reminder that even though we're like, I'm one person, I can donate time, I can donate money, I can speak out. So sometimes it just seems, and maybe it's because we're so isolated now because of the pandemic. Sometimes things feel so hopeless. I have to say, I did hear President Biden when he went to Atlanta. I missed Vice President Harris's statement, but I did hear President Biden, and it did give me more hope that that we can come together as a country and talk about some of these issues and try to find solutions together. Yeah, because that's what we need to do. And it's not to admit that our country has issues doesn't mean you don't love your country. It's just like you can love a person that has bad qualities. Maybe they're not a bad person, but they may have qualities if you love them, it doesn't mean you're blind to those qualities, right? So we can all love our country and discuss honestly things we want to change about it because it's not right, without being seen as, or we shouldn't be seen as, denigrating the country. That's not the point. The point is we can always do better. And in some ways it's more pressing to do better than others. And okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm digressing a lot today. Okay, I think next I will talk about my piece that has been taking up most of my time. It's become my comfort stitching, I guess. And that is Ann Roberts. This is a Hands Across the Sea sampler. I started this back in September for Sampler September. I forget the exact date, but early September. And I am stitching it on Weeks Dye Works 36 count parchment that I purchased from Sassy Jacks. I did my own overdye conversion, which you can see right here. And once I am all done with her, I will post. I actually have an old blog. I think I need to resurrect it and I could post stuff like that there. But I've been making lots of progress. So I can really feel the end in sight. And I am so happy that the border met up. I actually had some problems right in here. And I hadn't gotten too much farther, but when I put this in, I realized there was an issue, and I did have to tear back some because I had an extra stitch on the diagonal, and it's like trying to fudge that with like, no. So I did, I had, I think, all three colors in for a lot, but actually it was over here. Sorry, it was over here. I realized I had a problem. And no, I was right the first time. Everything's backwards. Yes, it's over here. That's right, because I remember when I put in this red fence, I realized things weren't matching up right because I had an extra stitch down here. And I had all three colors in already, not entirely, but I think like down here, so I ended up having to rip back to, I believe it was here or here. I think it was here. So that was a little disappointing, but I did make quite a bit of progress. So I made progress in here, put this whole fence in. I still need to do up in here. I need to put Ann Roberts' name in, although I'm thinking about doing something else. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I'm pretty happy. I think I will be able to get her finished in April. I wish I had another week of spring break, and then I think I could probably finish her. But I really don't know where the time went. But I did get a little work done, just not as much as I wanted and needed to. But when you got a headache and your tummy hurts, it's kind of hard to concentrate. I don't know why I'm bothering to put this back in, because I'm probably going to work on this tonight. Okay, so that is everything I've been working on. So I think I will show some haul next, and then I will end with, oops, sorry, I forgot to turn the sound off on my phone. Oh, it's a text from my husband. I think he sent a picture of the cat's dinner and his dinner. Oh, he made a chicken stir-fry dish, and the cat got a little chicken before the soy sauce, etc. went on the chicken. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna show some haul and some stitchy kindness, and then I have some more spring stitchery to show. I think I will not have a science corner this time. I'm not sure. After I show everything, I have a lot of haul because it's from some I should have shown last time, but it wasn't with me because I was in Corpus and the haul was here in Brownsville. So, but yeah. So, as you can see behind me, I have some spring stitchery. I finally put away Valentine's Day after I got back and decided to get Easter out. I actually have a little St. Patrick's thing over here too that I'll show. And then that will go away. Okay, so the first little bit of haul is actually from February. And it was recently until late in the fall, I was in a linen club that I decided to get out of for various reasons that I will not go into. But I decided instead, I thought about joining one at Traditional Stitches because they had, I can't remember which one's full right now, but they had a couple that I was interested in. But then I decided I would really like to support, excuse me, I think it's the ginger from the tea. I would really like to support my local needlework shop. And she's been carrying more like 36 and higher linens because of crazy people like me wanting to stitch 40, 46. Apparently she's going to get some 56 in soon. So anyway, I decided instead that I would basically take the money I was spending on that linen club and make my own personal linen club and just basically shop Judys Stitchery Nook and just pick whatever 36 or 40 or maybe higher depending on, if she got something new in, and to kind of build up my higher count linen that way, because most of the linen in my stash, I would say the bulk of it is 32 because that used to be the easiest, that was the highest count. It was easy to get. That was easy to get back when I used to do a lot of cross stitching, and so that was my favorite thing to stitch on. And then I also have quite a bit of 28, and then a variety of other things. So in February, that was I had purchased something from her in December and something in January that I've already shown. Then that's when I kind of decided, oh, I need to make this a thing. So when I was in the shop in February, Judy had some vintage country mocha from Zweigert. So this is the one that is, I guess it's basically stamped and it's only on one side. So the back is plain and the front side is sort of vintage, it's vintaged. But this is 40 count. So I'm eager to try that. I know this is one I've heard other floss tubers talk about. So So I got that from Judy, and she had also set by for me a couple of other things. So this will actually come, I don't know why I put it back in the bag because it's going to come out of there. But I did. She had gotten a few things set aside for me that she had gotten into the shop. And one was Blackbird Designs Christmas Rose. So I have, let's see, this is number 4 in the Christmas Sampler series. So I have Feliz Navidad. I forget what the other ones are. Does it say? I remember looking them up. No, I have Feliz Navidad because I started it for Christmas. And I think there's another one that I have. Anyway, eventually I think I will probably get all of them. But Christmas Rose by Blackbird Designs. And then the other one is one that I had hoped to start this winter, but with everything else I'm working on and a bajillion sales that I started and or still want to start. I think I'll wait till next winter. So I'm a pretty seasonal stitcher, and it is definitely spring here now. So, but Winter Rose Manor, that is so pretty. So that will give me time to kit it up and decide, am I going to try to stitch it on Brenda's Brew, or do I want to stitch it on something else? But very pretty by Brenda Gervais with dye needle and thread. So Winter Rose Manor. I've seen quite a few folks working on this one. So, but I'm just going to be behind everybody else, which is fine. Okay. Then what came next? What came next? This came next. I've been watching, I don't watch her regularly, but I try to catch her, I think it's Sampler Sunday and Throwback Thursday, Carla at Copley Corner. Couple other FlossTubers that I watch fairly regularly, Helen D and Michelle Bendy Stitchy, had both mentioned her. And I think it was Michelle that had mentioned the Sampler Sunday. And since I love samplers, I started tuning in, and then I decided to tune into the Throwback Thursday. And there was, I think it might have been the first Throwback Thursday that I watched. Let's see. Yeah, this was like the day I got to Corpus Christi. And she showed something from Bright Needle. Well, if you have watched many of my episodes, especially the early ones, you know that I'm a big fan of Bright Needle and have kicked myself all over the place because I did not buy all the Bright Needle when I had a chance. I was like, oh, later. And then when I came back to cross stitch in a big way, they weren't designing anymore and their stuff was hard to find. So I don't remember what it was she actually showed. She showed something, and then I got on her site like while I was watching and found several things. I think it was this one that she was showing, the Evergreen sampler. Anyway, I saw several things, and well, I saw 3 things, and I ordered all 3. So there was the Evergreen, and then there's something blue. I remember this from a long time ago. I don't know why I didn't buy it. And on the other one I ordered was Libby Q, which Carla had forgotten that she had, I think, taken the last one and done it as a giveaway like weeks before, or maybe it was a few weeks before. I don't know. Anyway, it was before I had started watching more regularly, and so I missed it. So she sent me a nice email, and I was like, oh well, I'm just happy to find any Bright Needle, so I understand, no problem. Well, I don't remember how long it was after that. Maybe a week, maybe. I got an email from Carla saying that she had just gotten a bunch of stuff from a shop that had closed or something like that. And WIPGO was in it. And I had mentioned in my email to her that, I liked all things Bright Needle. So this was the one that I had tried to order, but it was actually out of stock. Their stuff is so cute. Anyway, so she had this again, and did I want it? And by the way, there were some other things. And one was a kit, which I wasn't interested in, but the other two, there were two charts that she also sold to me. And this one is Sweet Winter. So I have Sweet Summer. I actually started that last year, and I need to restart it. Long story. That I've told before. So, but there's also Sweet Autumn, I think it is, and Sweet Spring. So hopefully someday I will. I don't know why, like I said, I love seasonal stuff, so I don't know why I did not collect all of them when I got Sweet Summer. I don't know. It is a mystery. And then the other one is this Blue Dog sampler. So anyway, so that was cool. So so thank you, Carla, for thinking of me when you got those others. Let's see. I'm doing haul. So, the next thing, when I got back, I think, was it waiting for me? Yes, it was waiting for me. I had gotten a couple of packages while I was gone. The stuff, I think one of the things from Carla, the other one arrived like the next day or something after I got here. Well, one of the things that had arrived that I thought was something else entirely, I think something from Amazon, turned out to be my Christmas in July order from Hanging Thread / Rogue Stitching. Long story on that one. It was like a big snafu. It was right after that big Christmas in July sale. It was all Picture This Plus stuff. There was an email saying that, because of changes in dyes, there were some things they might run out of, and then they were way behind, but this was not going to affect the Christmas in July. It's like, okay, well, they said they would ship in November, so whatever. So November came and November went, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I should have gotten something. And I didn't get a shipping notice. So I just said, well, let me go to their website and find out who I need to email or call or find out what's going on. Well, got to the website, and on the website, I guess posted for a while, it said Christmas in July was delayed. Now, let's just say I was kind of miffed because they had sent an email saying not affected. Why didn't they send an email saying it was affected? I mean, So I just, emailed them just to clarify and say, it would have been nice to get an email. And they answered right away, which I appreciated. And, and they're like, well, we're not Picture This Plus. Like, I understand. There were particular colors in there that I wanted for particular projects. So I don't want to make any changes, but let me know when you're going to ship, because I don't know where I'm going to be, and I might need you to ship it someplace else. Well, they forgot to do that part, so it actually turned into a nice surprise that I got here, And there was this big package from Rogue Stitching. I'm like, I know what that is. So what did I order? Well, they're all 36 count linen. This is Nocturne. And I got this to stitch Trimming the Tree by Bendy Stitchy. I have the PDF of that one. I meant to call it up. Let's see, where is Dropbox? I just had it open recently to see how much I needed. I have it all kitted up somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. I've moved things around a little bit, and let's just say not everything got back to where I thought I put it. And I think what I did is I stuck that one in with something else that was by Bendy Stitchy. Anyway, so isn't that cute? So when I have all the threads, at least the DMC, I don't remember if there was, yeah, she charted it in DMC. So I had it all ready to go, and I was gonna stitch it on something else by Luminous Fiber Arts. I'm like, no, I've got that coming. I'm just gonna wait. So next Christmas, maybe. We'll see. And then for the life of me, I don't remember why I got this one. Well, I have a suspicion. This is Zephyr. I think I bought this as a sub for a Luminous Fiber Arts color Snow Day. Anyway, it was a pale blue. This is a little bit brighter, so I'm not sure I'll actually use it for what I intended, but I know I will use it for something. Actually, this might have been a nice one to use for the Sense and Sensibility stitch along, which I have not put a stitch in a couple of weeks. But I'm happy with my choice for that. So, and then a nice big piece of Legacy. Picture this plus Legacy linen. Like I said, all of these are 36 count. I'm not sure if I had something particular in mind or just wanted a nice big piece of 36 count for like samplers and stuff. And then I got this Oaken, which is for I believe, and it's around here somewhere, and I could not find it before I started recording, but if I remember correctly, I bought this for Blackbird Designs Merrily We Welcome Spring, pretty sure. And then, so that will go in here with the linen. And then I got a nice big piece of doubloon for His Eye is on the Sparrow, which I showed this a while ago. I bought this from Judys Stitchery Nook. I also bought the newer companion, Consider the Lilies. Anyway, so I was like, maybe I can start kitting that up. And it turned out I needed quite a few more flosses than I was thinking, so I might take some time to get that kitted. Plus, it's not like I don't have enough to work on already. Okay, so that was a nice surprise in the mail. Another nice surprise in the mail, well, it wasn't totally, well, neither one of these were totally a surprise. It's just the timing wasn't a surprise. Several weeks ago, I forget when, I won a drawing from Andrea's Cautionary Tales. This Bringing Home the Tree this is by Lori Holt of Bee and My Bonnet Company. Her stuff is sold through Fat Quarter Shop. So it says Sew Emma. Sew is an S-E-W instead of S-O. But anyway, I thought I saw Andrea working on this, and I thought it was so cute. So when she had the drawing, I was like, I think I'll enter that. And I won. So thank you, Andrea. I will definitely enjoy stitching this winter. Not now though. We'll see. I've got a couple of things going for Mary 25 already. Maybe if I finish one of those, I'll start this a little early. Anyway, this is so cute. So thank you very much, Andrea. And Andrea also spotlighted my FlossTube at the end of her last FlossTube, so thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so that was the mail. So, that came. And then today, I went to Judys. Little drown my sorrows in a little stash enhancement because spring break is ending. Okay, so what did I get at Judys? Well, I showed you my February, my own little linen club. I decided she had this Lakeside linen 40 count sand dune, which I know I saw something that I wanted to stitch in the near future on sand dune. Plus others mentioned this as a nice neutral. So I have that for my stash. And then I had planned to already start the pandemic sampler that several folks, especially Emily C of Eclectic Possessions, she's Eclectic Possessions on Instagram, Emily C here on FlossTube, YouTube. This is the pandemic sampler by Christy Stephenson, Sarcy Girl. And I believe she's designing now, actually. So I think she's got something else, maybe. I need to go look. Anyway, I just thought this was really pretty when I saw it. And I had planned to do it on 32 count natural linen that I had in my stash. And I've just been really enjoying on Ann Roberts stitching with one thread and a couple other projects stitching on with one thread. And even though I'm really trying to stitch from stash, I decided if Judy had something that I thought was suitable, that was 36 or 40 count, I would get it. So she had this Weeks Dye Works tin roof. It's a little bit light. I'm actually thinking about tea dyeing some of it to see if that would darken it up. But I actually think the colors would look fine on this anyway. So I may just go with it. I have all the threads pulled, but I don't have them organized very well yet. But I think they'll all look fine on here. So I have not started this. I'd actually planned to start it last weekend. I did have it with me, but I just wasn't feeling it with the fabric that I had originally chosen. So I had decided I would try to get to Judys this week and see if she had something else. And then, so I was thinking originally starting it this past weekend because that was the last time we were able to get out and about. It's basically the start of our spring break. I think I went to the groceries. I went to Judys, I think on Saturday. And then Sunday I went to go do my regular grocery shopping on Sunday morning, and everybody and their brother was there trying to get stuff. And that was the last time I was out for a long time. Except to go to the office until I brought my computer home. But I was thinking, being an academic, maybe what I will do is I will double check the day that we started remote instruction, which I think would be probably the date that is this Tuesday, be the 23rd. So I need to double check if that's when we started, or it might have been the following week, because we took an extra week of spring break so we could figure out how we were going to teach our courses remotely. It's hard to believe that was a year ago. I think that maybe that's part of the reason I've been feeling blah this week, because it's been a year. If you aren't aware of this, Sal, for the pandemic sampler, the hashtag is, it's been a hell of a year. It certainly has. That's all I have to say about that. It certainly has. Okay, what else? Because that's not the only thing I bought at Judys. Okay. If you're one of my designer friends watching this, don't take this the wrong way. But I had looked at a lot of the sneak peeks and all before the expo the other weekend. And I know Carla at Cobwood Corner had shown some stuff, and there's a lot of cute stuff. Don't get me wrong. But there was nothing that I saw that was like, oh my God, I have to have that. And there were some things last year where I had that. My God, I have to have that. And I don't know if I've just been buying so much this past year that, and I am really trying to be a little more frugal. I know it doesn't seem like it, but this is a couple of months haul, not all at one time. Anyway, so I have seen a lot of cute things, and Judy had a few things in the shop already that she had ordered, and so I decided to buy one. And she's also going to order a couple other things for me. I need to tell her what I want, but there's a couple of things from Luminous Fiber Arts and Michelle Bendy Stitchy, excuse me, that I do want. It's just not, again, forgive me if you're, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I have to have that. And I do really think it's because I have bought more in this past year, cross stitch wise, than I have bought in a very, very, very long time. But I saw this piece that Judy had by the Blue Flower Tudor Bee, and I love bees, and I love the old, you know, the stitching and types of style from that era. So I decided to get this. I have no idea when I'll stitch it, but no, I have it. And then Judy also had waiting for me, she just got it in a couple of days ago, the latest Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. I do get this as a digital subscription, so I had actually already seen it, but for some reason for this particular magazine I like having it in my hands too. But this way at some future date I can get rid of these copies and you know, gift them to somebody or sell them or whatever I want to do, and I still have the digital copies. And usually when I'm going to work on something I just print the digital copy. But there's several things in this issue that I really want to stitch. I don't know when, but this is by the Blue Flower. It is Seasons of the Heart, Spring. So apparently this is going to be a seasonal thing. And like I said, I am a sucker for seasons. And then, let's see. Another favorite. There's lots of good stuff. I'm not going to show like everything I want to stitch in here because it's like half the magazine. But this is another one I'm really tempted to work on in April and try to get it done in April. But Easter Hare by Barbara Anna will be part of my Animal in a Dress collection. So I still need to finish Light, which was a freebie that she put out last year, and I finished the one that was in the fall issue, and then there's a couple others that I have that I want to do. I just have like a little wall of animals and dresses. That's another cute one. And then I think it was Lindy Stitches had one. Oh, look at this Red House sampler. And where did, no, Spring Bunny Pin Keep. Where did, I forget where Lindy stitches. What's the cute little pin keepy like thing? Probably right at the front where I was. Okay, when in doubt. Oh, I was way back. Page 70. This is called Prancing in the Tulips. That's a calico cat. Ours is a tortoiseshell, our current cat. So if I stitch this, I think I'm going to try to make it darker or less white, because tortoiseshells have very little white, but they're still splotchy like calicos. So that's what I got at Judys today. And then I found this on Amazon for under $10. This is, and I'm trying to remember, I heard about it. I want to say maybe Jean Farish's FlossTube a couple weeks ago. She had, I forget who she had on. The designer behind the Scarlet House, maybe? Somebody who knew a lot about samplers. She had on, and she was mentioning several books. And of course I was Googling or looking on my Amazon app while I was watching, and I saved some stuff, and I was able to pick this up. It was through Amazon, and I'm a Prime member, so I was able to get no shipping. But it actually came from Powell Books, which I believe is in Portland or Seattle. So, famous bookstore. I think that is all my haul. And Stitchy Kindness and that kind of stuff. So, time for some spring stitchery. So I showed a bunch of my spring stitchery. The stuff that lives in Corpus Christi. And this was one of the ones that I showed, Rabbits Under the Arbor. This is the only pattern that I found of the things that included the things that I showed from our house in Corpus Christi. So Michelle, unfortunately, I did not find the chart for the one that you liked. So I think it got donated to one of my guild thingies where we donated, and they had a sale to raise money for the guild. So first, let me show this. Oh, actually, let me get this back. I don't think I've shown this. I finished this last March. I believe I finished it during spring break, maybe during the extended part of spring break. But it is Bent Creek Uber Shamrock. Actually, that Shamrock's not big, it's Uber. So it's a Bent Creek design. And I am planning to make it into a wall hanging, which I have not done yet because I don't have enough of a green fabric that I like. I have green fabrics, but the one that I like the best, I don't have enough of. So it's gonna have to wait until I can get into a quilt shop, which I'm just not comfortable enough yet. And there's none like close by. Oh, I haven't checked to see if there was one in Corpus Christi that closed, but then I heard somebody else bought it. So next time I'm there, I might check that out if they have. Judys I don't mind going into because I know they wear masks and are very careful. Everyone's very careful. And I try to go at times when there won't be many people there. So, but I might have showed this one last spring. I finished it in April of last year, I believe. But it is, what is it? That egg's not big, it's uber. So it's uber egg. And here's my version. Both of these were on 18 count linen over 2. I used pearl cotton 5. I believe, let me double check for the Shamrock. The Shamrock, the St. Patrick's Day one, had a combination of Weeks Dye Works and DMC. So I actually used the called for. This one had Crescent Colors. Oh, it looks like I used all the called for. Crescent Colors, DMC, and Weeks Dye Works. Some of the earlier ones called for some Gentle Arts threads, which do not come in a pearl cotton. And I prefer not to mix. It's kind of funny. Back when I was younger, I actually preferred the 6 strands of DMC or 6 strands of floss rather than pearl cotton, and would switch out when a kit came with pearl cotton for 18 count linen, the little zippers by Pent Creek. But I've kind of switched over to pearl cotton, and I still don't really like to mix them, so I switched out some of the other ones. I switched out the Gentle Arts for either a Weeks Dye Works or a Crescent Colors, which both of which come in pearl cotton number 5 anyway. And I'm gonna put this one right here. Okay. Okay, what else do I got here? So this isn't actually meant to be springy, except of the colors I chose. I decided it was springy. I sometimes leave this out all summer too. This was actually designed by, it's on canvas. It was designed by a friend of mine, Inez Upright. She makes little designs like this for, a lot of times it just ends up being for the Bluebonnet chapter of the American Needlework Guild, ANG, or Needlepoint Guild. She's a member, or at least was back when I was a member. So then I also have this, which is on canvas, which was designed by Carol Lake. Oh, I did the finishing myself on this, what we call a padded mat board. And I think this one, I'm pretty sure that I had Kim Holyfield do this one. She's in Austin. My friend Inez is in Austin too. So this is a Carol Lake design, also on canvas. I believe Carol might sell this one on her website. I am not sure. The design. It would be like her Bluebonnet Easter Bluebonnet Easter. I don't remember. And then I have a couple of things up here that are from Silver Needles Secret Needle Night. I'm pretty sure this was from the year I was in the club. I got the shipments every month. I was living in Virginia at the time. And this one, I can't remember if I was still in the club or not. But Kim finished both of these for me. I think that one says 2005. This one says 2004. I can't remember if I was still in Virginia when I sent these to her and she sent them back, or if I'd already moved back to Texas. And then there's this one. So I don't think I kept the charts for those, but it was a kit. And then this one, let's see, I am like 99.99999% sure that my friend Susan did the finishing on this one. And it is actually a Twisted Threads Itsy Bitsy Easter. And it was meant to be stitched over one on 32 count, but I stitched it on Ada. And notice I did some specialty stitches. So there are some specialty stitches. And I had to have pierced, yeah, looks like I had to pierce in between, which is fine. I probably just used a sharper needle rather than a regular needle. And then I just put that there. I forget. I know I got the set Gingers and I can't remember why I decided it looked good there, but I did. So I put it there. And then I had this cute egg fabric that I'm pretty sure I just had it in my stash. And so Susan did the finishing for me. So that one is moving up here. Okay, I can put this one back here. It's a little early for me to put out Easter, but most of my springy stuff is Easter stuff, so there you have it. Oh, I forgot to show one thing. So this is coming back. So this is also going to be on wall hanging, and I wasn't, I've kind of been off and on looking through my stash, just trying to pick some fabric. And last time I was in Corpus, I stumbled across this fabric that I think I'm going to use. I just haven't measured it out to see if I have enough. If not, I may have a green that kind of matches this, a light green, or maybe kind of goes with this green here, that I could use as an accent and maybe as, I just cannot think today. That I could use like with little accent blocks maybe in the corners, and maybe also as the binding. So so I just got back down here on Tuesday night, so I haven't done anything with this, but I'm thinking about it. What do you think? What do you think? I think that goes. That's a lot of the colors. The green in here is a little bit brighter, but that's okay. I think I would be okay with that. I don't know. So I just need to measure this out and see if there's enough of it to at least do the strips. Might need something different for the back. If I could do strips and binding out of this, not sure I'll be able to. If I at least do some strips, I think. And then just get a green or a yellow or maybe a pink as accent, and maybe binding and backing. Doesn't really matter what I put on the back because nobody will be see it but me. Okay, I think that is everything that I wanted to show you. I'm probably not going to get this up till tomorrow morning because I'm thinking things will be very slow tonight. But I'm planning to get up early because I've got a curbside pickup at 7:30. So I want to get up before then and have some breakfast and try to get a little bit of work done. So I will set this to upload, I think, before I head out for my curbside pickup. And maybe, just maybe, it will actually finish uploading by the time I get back. Probably not, because those don't take very long. So, thank you for listening to my ramblings. I'm feeling a little more disjointed than usual. I have to say, this tea seemed to have worked because my tummy doesn't feel so bad anymore. Or maybe it's just, relaxing and talking to y'all like, you were here with me. But I hope you are doing okay. And I think next time I will try to have something sciencey to talk about at the end. So far, most of the things that I've talked about science related are related to COVID, but it doesn't have to be. So if you have a question that's science related, especially if it's biology related, go ahead and ask, and I will try to see if it's something I feel competent to talk about, or something that I could easily do a little bit of research to be able to competently talk about. And so please take some time to be kind to yourself. I don't do enough of that myself. And be kind to your neighbors. We need more kindness in the world right now, I think. So again, thanks so much for being here. Thanks to all the new folks. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings and seeing all the different types of things I like to stitch. I've said before, my tastes are pretty eclectic, so hopefully there's some things that that caught your eye. And I hope to be back in 2 weeks. Hopefully things won't be too busy, and I'll be able to be back in 2 weeks. So, bye.